Hey everyone, it's Dan and Don coming to you from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Once again, that website address is theclinicaltrialsguru.com. We are at the Guru Studios. We picked a quiet spot to do this. Hopefully it's quiet enough. We got a question, a very good one, from a research professional. She's recently been hired as a business development person for a CRO, a very niche CRO. I'm not going to use her name because I don't want to, put her on the spot or anything. She landed a position as a business developer for a full-service niche CRO. She did not really know what this was, but she has an excellent sales background in pharmaceutical sales, actually. She's watched a lot of our videos. She's trying to figure out things on her own, but of course she's got questions. And she's asking, basically understanding the basics of business development in clinical trials for someone who would work for a CRO, like let's say a very small CRO. They have to get the studies from the drug companies. So what I would recommend, the first thing you need to do is make sure that your CRO has a good relationship with the research clinics. And if you don't, get out there in your field, start building relationships with the investigators, and then that's something you can leverage to the drug company and tell them, look, we've got this network of investigators in this niche. That would be where you can start. That's how she asked the question of how she can gain the trust of some of these pharmaceutical companies. That's what I would do. Even if just take the initiative as a salesperson to go out in your community or start emailing or cold calling people and asking them, investigators or research clinics, people looking for studies at research clinics. I know if I was approached by a CRO asking me to join their database, I would gladly do it because I want more studies from my clinic. So you can do that. There's hundreds of people out there in your niche that would sign up to your database. Then you can take that to your drug company and say, look, we've got all these investigators. I think we can do a good job at this study. What do you think, Don?
Well, just approaching it from a sales perspective, first of all, I agree with what you're saying at 100%. I think you need to build out those relationships, whether it's your responsibility as a business development person or someone else in the company, to build those relationships with the investigational sites to show the pharma that you have this. Now, the other thing I would look at is first, go back to the company that you originally used to work for. If you used to work for a pharmaceutical company, look inside there to start building relationships. Find out who you need to talk to there that you can build a relationship with because they already know you worked for that company. You can start there. Start talking to some of the other pharma reps from the other pharmaceutical companies and talk to them to find out who you need to talk to at their company to start building relationships. And that's what it's going to come down to, is building relationships. And you just got to start making those phone calls. Use your background as a pharmaceutical representative to let these other pharmaceutical reps with these other companies know that you understand where they're at, you understand the business and what they're dealing with as well, and that sort of brings them onto your side, and they'll be more apt to listen to you and help you out, and kind of build it up from there.
She also asked, from what I understand, I want something to ask for to gain trust and build up our reputation. Like, that goes back to what I told you. She thinks, from what I understand, that's medical writing or monitoring. I do not really have a good understanding of what that is yet and in what phase that occurs. Alright, monitoring is like what a CRO would employ people to go out and audit the research clinics on an ongoing basis. Now, sometimes the drug companies will do that themselves. So they may work with a CRO, but they may want to provide the monitoring themselves. But usually, they have the CROs provide the monitors. So the monitors go to the clinics on a monthly basis, audit the sites. You have to have a good monitoring. You have to have good monitors on your team. And of course, if you're in business development, you may not know that, but you do have monitors there, and you can also leverage that. So that's what that is. And then she's talking about they're doing phase 1 and phase 2 trials, and she wants to know how eventually they can do phase 3, and those are bigger studies. They use a lot more sites, so definitely focus on the phase 1 and 2 for now. Build up your reputation, and then you can move on into the phase 3.
And one other important factor too is, look at what difference your company from other CROs, and you want to sell that difference. Because if everybody, think about it, if you go into a grocery store and everybody has the exact same thing on that store, on that shelf. If you're going to that store to buy peanut butter, and it's the same peanut butter, the same label, the same top, the same jar, what difference the companies? What you have to look at is whether or not your company offers something different than the other CROs. If they did, that's what you want to pitch. And you want to look at it before you pitch that difference on how important that's going to be to the pharmaceutical companies as well as the investigational sites. You want to already know the answers to those questions because that's what they're going to hit you with when you do present the difference.
And stay tuned for our future interviews. We're going to interview people from CROs, business development people. They're going to get into what a bid defense is. I'll also send you an email with more information because this video is going on kind of long. And we'll try to get you some more information. But thanks for asking, and this is theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks.